Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Episode 2. The full moon shone above the castle of Hogwarts, casting long and eerie shadows on the surrounding lawns. In the hospital room, Harry watched over his son, Albus Severus Potter, who slept peacefully after the exhausting battle. Hermione and Ron sat in silence, discussing the recent events in hushed tones. Harry, began Hermione, in her calm and rational voice, we need to find out who sent that creature. It's clear this is only the beginning. Ron turned his gaze to Harry. Hermione's right. If someone has the power to control shadow creatures and use such ancient magic, we need to find out who and why. Harry looked up, determined. All right, we'll go straight to the source. We'll consult the restricted section of the library and speak with the professors who might know more about this kind of magic. We can't wait for danger to come to us again. At dawn, Harry, Hermione, and Ron headed to the restricted section of the library, where they were met by Professor Flitwick and Professor Binns, the ghost history professor. With eyes shining with curiosity, Hermione leaned over a dusty book titled Shadow Magic, Ancient Arts and Curses. Look here, said Hermione, pointing to an old passage. There is a legend about a wizard named Morpheus Blackwood who tried to open a portal to a dark dimension using a special child born under a certain astral sign. He was stopped, but not before leaving behind several dangerous rituals. Professor Binns smoothed his ghostly robe. Morpheus Blackwood was one of the most dangerous wizards of his time. If someone is trying to follow in his footsteps, we must be prepared for the worst. Ron approached Professor Flitwick. Is there any way to protect Albus from these attacks? Professor Flitwick rubbed his beard thoughtfully. There is a very powerful protective shield, but it requires enormous magical power and perfect coordination. I will need your help, and not just yours, but also that of other professors. Harry looked determined. Then let's begin. We can't let these shadows close in on our children. Back in the hospital room, Albus woke up, still weak but with a new determination in his eyes. Dad, I dreamed again. The creature? It didn't completely disappear. It said it would return. Harry took his hand. I know, Albus, but we'll be ready. We'll set up a protective shield around you and find out who is responsible for this curse. In the following days, Harry, Hermione, and Ron, along with the professors at Hogwarts, worked tirelessly to create the protective shield. When the shield was completed, a glowing aura surrounded Albus, providing him with temporary protection against the dark attacks. However, the danger had not disappeared. On a stormy night, a group of dark creatures attacked the castle of Hogwarts, trying to breach the shield. Harry, Hermione, and Ron joined the professors and students in defending the castle, using all the spells and tricks they knew. As the battle raged on, Harry cast Expelliarmus repeatedly to disarm the creatures. Hermione used Protego to create protective barriers around the students. Ron launched Stupefy to stun the creatures, while Professor Flitwick used Impedimenta to slow their movements. In the midst of the chaos, Harry noticed a dark figure commanding the creatures. It was the masked wizard, surrounded by auras of dark energy. Harry aimed his wand at the figure and shouted, Petrificus Totalus, attempting to paralyze him. The spell missed, and the masked wizard retaliated with Crucio, forcing Harry to dodge quickly. Hermione, seeing Harry in danger, cast Rictus Empra on a creature advancing towards him, causing it to collapse in laughter. Ron used Reducto to blast apart another creature, clearing a path to Harry. The masked wizard raised his wand, and shadows began to swirl around him. You think you can stop me? Darkness is eternal. Harry, standing with Hermione and Ron, shouted, We will never give up. He then cast Expecto Patronum, summoning his stag Patronus to drive back the shadows. The light of the Patronus illuminated the hall, momentarily dispersing the darkness. Professor McGonagall joined the fray, casting Pure Totem Locomotor to animate the suits of armor, which charged at the dark creatures. The enchanted armor provided much-needed reinforcement to the defenders. Hermione and Ron fought alongside Harry, protecting Albus. Harry, we need to use the Memory Stone and the Inverse Rune now, shouted Hermione, casting Aguamenti to extinguish a fire started by a dark spell. Harry raised his wand and began the incantation learned from the memories of the Hogwarts founders. Lumos Maxima, a powerful light charm, caused the Memory Stone to glow intensely, emitting a powerful light that cut through the darkness. In the heat of the battle, the masked wizard directed his gaze towards Harry and Albus. You cannot defeat me. The power of darkness is infinite. At that moment, a familiar voice echoed through the air. Do not underestimate the power of light. From the light appeared the spirits of those dear to Harry, Albus Dumbledore, Sirius Black, Lily, and James Potter. They shone with a warm and protective light. Dumbledore, with his wise gaze, said, Harry, we are here to help you. Use the Memory Stone and the Inverse Rune to seal the dark portal forever. Sirius Black smiled. Harry, you are stronger than you think. Keep fighting, as you always have. Lily and James Potter, their eyes filled with love and pride, said in unison, We are always with you, son. Together, nothing can defeat you. Strengthened by the presence of his loved ones, Harry spoke the final incantation. Fiat Lux. A powerful charm of pure light caused the Memory Stone and the Inverse Rune to shine in a blinding light. Let the light and power of the good seal this portal forever. The Inverse Rune shall be the key to lock the darkness. The light emanating from the Memory Stone and the Inverse Rune intertwined, forming a vortex of energy that aimed at the masked wizard. The darkness began to unravel, and the masked wizard screamed in despair. No, this cannot be. Darkness cannot be defeated. With a final cry, the masked wizard was absorbed into the vortex of light, disappearing forever. The dark creatures dissolved into the air, and silence settled over the castle. Harry, exhausted but triumphant, embraced Albus. We did it, son. The darkness has been defeated. Hermione and Ron approached, smiling. We did it together, Harry. Hogwarts is safe because of everyone. The spirits of the loved ones faded slowly, but not before Dumbledore said to Harry, Our memories will always be with you. Continue to protect what is good and just. With tears in his eyes, Harry thanked them. I promise I will always protect Hogwarts and the wizarding world.